All right, here we go. Welcome to the Fleeting Time live stream. We got a great show to you guys today. We're going to be having a good time in the booth. We got Ben Ferguson, Gabe Ferguson, and Jared Elston. Let's give them some applause. What do you think?
I'm so proud of you.
Yo, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Glad to be here.
We're psyched. I'm going to run through a quick little, do some house cleaning before we get into the show. Huge thanks to Red Bull, Woodward, 10 Barrel. We got Justin Eeles coming in later, Ryan Runke, super agent. And we also got Rafe, a.k.a. Dog Party, from the production side of things. We're going to be talking about this video they just made. It's premiering tonight in Salt Lake City at the Depot. We have a link in our show notes on the YouTube description. If you want to purchase tickets, make sure you make it out to the premiere. It's going to be a good time. Also, one last thing, on Red Bull TV, November 3rd through 9th, it will be premiering. There's also episode 1 with Travis Rice now and Ben Ferg now on Red Bull TV. It's like a little behind the scenes deal. So be sure to check that out. But first things first, it's premiere season, boys. We want to know, you guys have been partying. How many stops have you guys done so far?
I think we've only gone through like 4 so far. We went Bend, Oregon, 2 shows, great premiere. And then we went up to Vancouver, hung out with McMo, the whole Canadian squad. Good to see all those faces. And then, where did we go next, Gabe?
We did 2 in Encinitas, La Paloma.
Yep.
Fire. So only 3. Salt Lake's going to be 4.
Who's the worst partier on the tour? We want to know who's been bad at partying with the crew.
Dude,
Don't want to be pointing fingers here, but
Let's point
some
fingers.
fingers.
Boys. We got to point fingers.
Let's point fingers.
I want Gabe to like pace himself for tonight, actually.
yeah, I've been pretty bad at partying.
So we're giving it
We
to
gotta get
Gabe.
him up later.
I feel like Gabe's been pretty good.
Gabe gets faded fast. Like he's really good at getting.
He
He's
overdoes
really good
it.
at partying.
Are we talking passed out in bed by 8:30? Like,
No,
what are we talking
not
about?
that bad.
No,
All right.
no, no, no.
Not that
Projectile.
bad.
We're talking projectile.
We're talking a little projectile and a little bit at the bar after, kind of swaying.
The lights are on. No one's home.
Lights are maybe leaning on the homies a little bit.
I hit a
but
projectile
good.
in Bend.
Yeah, Bend, you guys are just golden gods out there, huh? That must have been just hometown
Oh,
hero.
home
vibes.
turf felt insane after that one. Felt like nothing could touch us.
Well,
No.
so we got
Except the projectile.
no, it was awesome.
we got a whole crew of Bendites in here, so we got to ask. T. Ricky may allegedly be moving to Bend. How do we feel about Travis Rice moving into your turf? Is this good? Is this bad? Are we threatened? Talk to us, boys.
It probably brings more people to Bend, but we don't fuck with that, you know.
Really?
I'm saying he's got to earn his keep there. You know, he can't just waltz in.
You can't just
You
waltz
can't
in.
waltz in.
He's got to build
Bend
you
is
guys some
powerful there.
jumps or what? Like, what does he got to do? Wax your board for you? Like, what is he got to do? To
I
earn his
think he's
keep?
got to be able to ride the mountain without following anyone before
Yeah.
he can.
Ooh.
He's got to learn it.
He's
Gotta
gotta
keep
learn
up
it.
with the boys, huh?
Yeah.
I think he's got to get the okay from Alport.
Okay, so he's not the new king of Bend, KOB.
No.
No,
You can't just move in and become king, huh?
All right,
No.
you can't just move in.
new
become
sheriff
king.
in town. Okay.
We'll see
You
what
gotta start
we'll
putting
see
up
how it
clips
goes.
at least before you become the king.
Yeah, true. I heard he's been like trying to work his way into the community. He took Austin Smith out for a little coffee. He did a little coffee date. He's just trying to ease his way into the
Little
community.
brainstorming. We took him for a mountain bike ride when he came out for the premiere. New trails. He hadn't been there yet, so
How was he doing?
Easing in.
Was
he
he
was
go-
doing good. We had a big night the night before too, so we were like sweating it all
How does
out. It
T.
was great.
Ricky fit into the partying at the premieres? What's his role?
Homie goes. He gets after it.
he does
He
well.
lives it up.
He does better than
He
I
actually
do.
lives it up.
Well, we talked about the worst at partying. Who's the best at partying?
Yeah.
I want to give a special shout out to Blake Paul and Encinitas. He,
Yeah, he did
really
great.
put up for his city down there.
He was going in for sure. He was bouncing around all over the place.
Yeah.
Mick Mo was like legally cross-eyed when I saw him.
Legally cross.
Legally, Mick Mo's definitely a strong contender for
Can we
that
get someone
spot.
to check his eyes over here and see if these are actually crossed?
All right, let's talk about some snowboard stuff because we got the premiere coming out. I couldn't give you guys all of the A grade beef because we wanted you guys to go to the premiere. Loving the bad at partying still on the screen, Seth, our producer. That's looking amazing. But yeah, we got some clips to talk about. So, these guys got into AK. So let's start it off with Ben's front 5 into that little chute in Alaska. Talk us through this, B-Ferg.
Yeah, so I was at the top. Definitely knew I wanted to hit that thing kind of front side, like a quarter pipe almost, hit a crippler off the top of it. It was pretty flat, so I had to kind of juicer right there. And then actually I just kind of whipped around, switched like that, and kind of ended up working perfectly. But yeah, this was at the end of the day. We kind of had a big session earlier already, and at that point, I was just kind of like, I don't know, like I was kind of unfazed by that. Like the butterflies weren't even hitting at that point. Just kind of like flow state right there.
Kid was confident.
Just man of steel out there. It must have been a safe day, I imagine, huh? If you're flipping around like this.
It was a good day for sure. Yeah, we had a banger session at the start, and then that was our like late light zone.
So, question, how many years you been to AK? Been going?
Man, I think it was like 20 the first time, so like 7 years now, something like that.
Jeez.
Okay, so you've
Kid's a vet.
been in these mountains. How was it going there with T. Ricky?
Dude, going up with him to Valdez. Never been to Valdez, actually. Had only hit Haynes until this year. And just seeing, like, his confidence up there. And even just, like, the way he flies around in the helicopter and is, like, picking out lines. Like, he's not stressed ever. And it's hard to not get stressed when you're in a helicopter and you're in Alaska. Like, it's a high-stress situation. But homie's in the helicopter chilling. Like, let's go there. Let's go there. This looks good. Maybe we'll sit down here. And then watching his confidence, like, into some of those big lines is really impressive. Like full speed, full confidence, like knows exactly where he's going. Because that's like the hardest part for sure. So it was all in all, dude's on his shit out there for sure.
Love to see it. Love to see it. And then we also have some other footage of you riding a spicy line. I think this is Valdez. You were kind of going Sluffy the Vampire Slayer on him. Again, there's bigger, heavier lines, but we had to kind of sprinkle it in so you guys make it to the premiere night. Walk us through this line.
Okay, yeah. So this is one of the like longer top to bottom, like super exposed spine lines that I've ever like ridden. And I was tripping right there because like you go off to the right and you're dead. I just really didn't want to get lost. So I studied the thing a bunch and then got to the top. Heart was racing. And then you drop in and it's just kind of like goes. Yeah.
Go time. So that was in Valdez?
Yeah, this is Valdez.
Yeah, what about when all the snow's moving and you're dropping into that kind of, when you make that heel side into the face, are you worried that it's going to rip out? Because it looks like Abbey country right there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we had been riding in Valdez for like 4 or 5 days, maybe even 6, and it was super stable. Like, we didn't get anything to move. So we were feeling really good and super lucky that we had these conditions,
And let's talk about the difference between Haynes and Valdez. Haynes is pretty short, quick lines, where Valdez, it really opens up to this big mountain,
Yeah,
right?
Haynes is super cool because it is more like freestyle. Like, that's where you get all your, like, dope Mueller clips and all those absinthe parts are filmed there. Like, there's still big stuff there, but there's a lot of, like, freestyle terrain in Haynes. And then Valdez, similar. Like, you can definitely get freestyle, but there's a lot of big, long, like, open panels, that kind of thing.
It's cool.
So it's cool to mix it up.
Well, killer. We got some sessions that I wanted to queue up as well for some more footage. There's that one cross-court session that I think it was Big Air Jer and yourself found this little off-camber landing. This thing was fucking spicy leche. Talk us through that back siete right there.
I like how you call that little, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a classic Mick Hall hit.
Blowing out the spot.
Jared been spending, yeah, I know. Fuck. Jared had been spending a bunch of time there, though, so he was kind of our guide for that whole trip. And Jared got us up to the top of that thing. He laced us up for that. But then it just kind of worked out. We were trying to get up there for a while and kind of battled like the weather and everything, but
Yeah, it was kind of a miracle. It was like we had been there for like a week, and it was like we thought it was going to be too bony at the time, and then kind of like stage out of this lake to like go to a bunch of different zones when you're there. But yeah, we kind of just rolled up one day and just had like perfect light on it, and everywhere else was cloudy. We're like, all right, we got to hit this thing. And Sage had front three'd it in Joy. And then I think Vile was the original one that hit it.
yeah, they were
Relay
calling
teed
it
it up.
Relay jump, like Relay cliff. That's what Kurt calls it and everything.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
I noticed 2 hits, 2 landing marks. You
Yeah,
guys
we
batting
went,
1,000?
We
on
went
that
back to back on that. That was insane, actually.
Yeah.
Because
That
we were like all juiced up to hit this thing. It's big. It's pretty scary, like little sniper tranny like that. So we kind of like super lined it up. The speed at the top is like what you get, kind of. So you got to take advantage of that. And
Yeah, it's really hard to judge speed, but yeah, Ben hit it first and laced it, and so it's like pretty easy to get caught.
That wasn't a dust off like, oh, we hit it before and then we're reloading on it and you knew the speed. That was like you sniped that transition with the back 7 first go.
yeah, that was kind of a first go thing.
Raw
Sometimes it
spat.
works like that. But we were there like trying to hit it, and there was this other ski crew in the area like hitting it. and they hit it and fully hit it completely wrong. Like probably didn't build it right and just kind of rolled off of it, and you could totally tell that they knuckled it and everything. And then
Yes.
Jared did that cab 5. He went back up. And what'd you do, Jared?
No, so that was like 2 or 3 days later. I was like, that tree that's on the looker's right of it, I was like, you can kind of ride it. I had tried it a few years ago. There's actually a funny story, but I was kind of waiting up there to hit that, and I was like waiting for light or like red was hitting or something, and I was like, you kind of just like chill where we take off, and I just had to take a shit. And so like 4 days later, I just took a shit right on the lip, because we always like kind of joke about doing that. And I'm like, all right, well, and I was like, it felt like dumb and cocky afterwards, but I'm like, all right, whatever. Like better than digging a hole somewhere, I guess. But
A lot of places to poop out there, though, huh?
well, it's like you're kind of just
Right
like
on the lip. Like you were stuck up there.
Nice and flat on the lip
It was
at
nice
least.
and flat. It was like all hard, like
That's what we call sending a message, boys.
Yeah, sending a message
Keep the other crew up
to
to
the
future.
other crew.
yeah, I guess so.
Nice work.
He sent that message to me. I got to see that thing. On the
Respect. Yeah, so who was the crew when you guys were in McCall? Looked like you guys are clacking off clips.
That was me, Jared, Red, and Malachi.
Oh, no G Ferg in that one, huh?
No, I think he was busy. He was doing. You were there, actually. He was on some K2 stuff there.
I was there doing K2
With
stuff.
Kotzenberg
with like Kurt and
and Pat.
Sage.
Yeah.
The
and
Colonel.
shit.
Rival
Yeah.
crew.
Yeah, they were straight
Wow.
rival crew. We didn't hang out with them at all. Didn't
Nice.
talk to them at all.
Where'd you go today?
Yeah, super nice.
Don't worry about it.
Don't think about it.
Well, we want to talk about the crew. We're trying to make this kind of like Jerry Springer vibes. We really want to stir the pot, get the drama going. We need to know, like, first question, who's the worst sledder in the crew? Fire that up.
Be honest.
Out of the three of us or the whole crew?
The whole crew.
Whole crew.
Red.
I don't know. Red's kind of got some
Red's
heat.
kind of fire. I might be the worst sledder.
Maybe who's gonna throw you under the bus? Honestly, I'm not very good either. Like sometimes you're feeling super confident on the thing and you're just crushing, and then other times you go out, you have days you just get stuck like right out of the lot.
I will say I don't get stuck as much as you guys, but it's probably because I just don't try to get as gnarly.
Yeah. So Jared maybe has the most stucks.
You don't follow Jared.
But I also
anyway.
try the most.
Yeah. He also
do
like
try a lot, but like
comes in with confidence and just
Well, yeah.
buries himself.
When you
every
get
once in a
buried
while.
in a steep zone, it's easy to turn your sled around, though. You get buried in the flats, you're
done.
dickered.
There
You're
you go.
dickered.
Your day's over.
I straight up don't follow Jared because it's like
Pro
I'm
tip.
gonna get
Not a
sketchy.
not a
So
good
is
idea.
Jared the
Yeah, it gets
best?
sketchy.
Is Jared alpha? Who's the alpha on the
Yeah, who's
sled?
the best?
dog party.
Yeah,
Dog
Ray
party.
Dog
Phillips
party's
is
the
far
alpha?
alpha.
Right.
Yep.
By far.
Well,
And Kurt Dog.
Yeah,
Ray
Kurt
and
for
Kurt
sure.
Dog. But like dog party will just hit our drops after we're done with them.
Oh,
We
he's
just
pure
will.
alpha.
He's catching air out
Yeah,
there.
he's catching
Okay.
air.
He's getting freestyle.
We'll get Dog Party in the booth here in a little bit. He's in the lobby waiting to come in, so we'll pick his brain on his alpha vibes on the sled. Okay, who's the worst when it comes to building a cheese wedge? Who's the worst builder?
Red Gerard.
Wow.
Red Gerard. Get a spoon feed him out there. For those
Really?
things.
He's not moving blocks?
And not unless you tell him to. And when he does, it's these little lumpy chunks.
Is he wearing his medal out there, like acting like he doesn't need a shovel because he's got a medal? Or
He's basically out there shoveling with his metal. That's how he's doing when he's building a jump.
He shovels with the metal. Wow.
he's like,
yeah.
it's so heavy I can't shovel. You know, I got this gold medal here.
He gets all tired and sore. He just starts like he walks up to the lip and just stares at the landing and just kind of sighs.
Well,
He's thinking about what he's
sighs.
thinking about what he's gonna do like the next day or something.
I wonder if Super Agent Ryan Runke calls you and says, "Hey guys, Red doesn't need to shovel. It's all good." Is that what happens?
No, definitely not.
We need to keep his energy up out there. Let's keep him off the shovel today.
He's got a big contest next week.
I was almost thinking maybe we talk about Super Agent Ryan Runke for a second. Now, would you guys consider Runke the super agent of our sport?
I'd say, top dog, Ryan Runke. What are you saying, Gabe?
I don't know. The only agent I've had. So
Yeah,
So the best,
best,
Really not.
best agent I've ever had.
best
Yeah,
agent
best
we've
agent
ever
I've
had.
ever had, and the only, best and only.
He's like
Not
Ari
much to
Gold.
compare.
Big Air, you got anything to weigh in on this? No agent?
I got Cersei. She's kind of my top dog right now.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, wow. So there's beef with the agents.
So
I
how come
wondered about
Cersei?
that.
How come Cersei didn't book your flight out of here then, Jay?
That's true. Maybe Runke is the top agent.
Oh, this is just like Jerry Springer. I love it. He's got beef in these streets. All right, so who's the best jump builder out of that? Out of the crew?
Malachi on the production side.
Malachi.
He's
production
muscle.
side.
He'll hustle.
Yeah, Ben is also he's workhorse. You can't stop him.
Dude, once you get into building a jump, you just got to go and get the thing done. You don't want to be like lollygagging out there, you know? You just want to grind until it's done.
We hit
That's
a pretty
my
sick.
mentality
We
anyway.
hit a pretty sick jump build in McCall. Took like a day and a half, and then the jump just didn't work.
At least
But
2 days in a storm. Fucking brutal.
me, Red, and Malachi muscled the whole thing. Red was kind of maybe chopping branches somewhere.
Yo, yeah, Red clipped his pole cord, so he had to go get his sled fixed. He couldn't come out those 2 days.
Oh, he
remember?
wasn't
That's
even there. I
convenient. That's
forgot about
convenient.
that.
Yeah,
Move
wow.
right there.
Very convenient for Red Gerard on that one.
What about T. Ricky? I hear he's an animal out there building jumps.
That dude's gnarly when you go build jumps with him. I built jumps with him a couple years ago, and he is gnarly. He'll get the crew fired up.
Gets everyone moving around, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Telling everyone where to be. That's what I've heard. I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I got to get
Cracks
to
the
the
whip.
got to get to the bottom of this, Ben. I know we got no jibs in the movie. What's going on with that?
Yeah, what's up with the streets?
Anti-jib.
I'm
No
just
steel?
straight a stranger to
You,
the streets,
you
dude.
scared of those cold streets?
Big
A
air.
little bit,
Big air.
yeah.
He can get in there, too.
100% actually.
Too urban for you, huh?
Dude, I'm not scared of the urban. Like, I'd go hang out in the city. That sounds chill. But, I mean, I don't know. Have you seen a clip of me on the steel recently?
Not,
What was I going to do out there, man?
Exactly.
Like,
Hey, question though. We got one clip of I think it's of Big Air Jer, and it's almost a jib. I'm wondering if this is a jib. Let's put it on the screen.
You're wondering.
Is this a jib? Because he kind of hits the wood.
Yeah, it's a little. He got
Are we
wood.
counting that as a
jibs
jib?
there at the end.
Yeah, that's a jib. I hit
I
some
think
wood.
he hit wood.
That thing's called Skeletor. That's what I was talking about earlier when I took the shit on that lip.
That's Skeletor.
So were you loaded up, or did you release log before this drop? You
No, I was light for that one.
were light. Okay.
Yeah.
You always
I don't-
want to be light.
I don't look light, but
Yeah, those little buck
Hey,
and
you
bronco
survived.
over there.
You pulled out of there.
Why don't you walk us through this one, Jared?
okay. So I'll give a little backstory. So
We
when
need the backstory.
So we were there. What 4 years? It was during the Joy year, and it was when Sage did the front three. Me, Nick, and Gabe were there, and I was like, Sage had hit that, and then I was like, all right, this thing looks kind of sick, and then Ejac and Kurt Dog show up like to that little lake, and they're like, oh, like what are you guys doing? They want to share the zone. We're like, I don't know, like we already got like 4 people, like maybe not, and then Ejac's like, I'm mad horny for that tree ride. And I'm like, okay, like, so, like I am too, I guess. And then he's like, well, you gonna hit it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hate. You better land it. And I'm like, okay, like fuck, Ejac. Like at this point, I'm like 19 years old. Like, dude, goddamn. And then went up there, and basically the same thing happened. Or like, I don't know if I may have just like came off earlier, like almost hit that sketchy like branch at the end, and then I'm like, they just, dude, my whole head was like so twisted up there because it's like super blind. Like you gotta like uphill basically, and then roll like off this little bump into it, and then turn right, and then like hopefully find some transition down there, and then yeah, it just like broke off so quick, and then somehow muscled it out in the landing.
Ejac tried to muscle you out of the spot, huh?
Dude, Ejac, first of all, came up and was like, not to stomp on anyone's toes here, but like, I'm mad horny for that drop. So then after that, the whole year, we're just like, dude, our toes are fucked up. My toes are crushed. Like,
Toes straight hurt from McCall 5 years later.
yeah.
He's going toe stomper on him. So that was a rebate. You tried it, and that was a rebate.
That was a rebate.
So first one went haywire.
But I mean, both went haywire.
Yeah, true.
But I'm going back again, I think. Hopefully that tree branch is gone at some point.
Yeah, I might have to get a little arbor action going.
Gotta do some
trim
summer work
bush.
on that piece.
Yeah, bring the motos out to McCall. Take care of that thing.
Yeah, make some firewood out of the fucking end of that and call it good. So, going back to that tree jib, I think we can say that there is a jib in the movie then.
Yeah.
So you're pro jib.
We got one jib, yeah.
We
Did
got
your
one jib.
board hit the wood or just your hands and your body?
I think the board hit the wood a little bit
That's
for
a
sure.
jib. That's a jib.
Yeah.
Are you going to retire from jibbing? Because you used to get busy on the steel, dude. What's going on? You're Natty Select.
We're getting him off the steel.
Are you taking him off the
I'm
steel?
pulling him off the steel.
You're pulling him off the steel.
Pulled off the steel.
I think I'm no comment on the steel right now.
Oh, you might get back in there.
Can't talk about
Are you
it.
too good for the steel?
No, I think I'm not good enough for this deal. I
no
ride
shit.
rails like once a year, like at Hood. Now it's so hard. Like all these kids are so good, and my outfits aren't cool enough.
You gotta
Like,
dress right if you're gonna be in the streets.
yeah, it's like I don't.
If he gets back on the steel, he's bringing back the skinnies.
Yeah,
I
I'm bringing
like
this,
that.
Yeah, I want
Gabe's
the skinnies to come back.
got a take.
I think we all have the utmost respect for the steel, but then again, it's like stay in your lane sometimes. you
Okay,
know?
it's
Can't-
a stay in your
Stay
lane.
in your
vibe.
lane.
Yeah,
Here-
like,
at Red Bull
Do you
Recharge-
really want to see me out there 50-50 in and like slapping front lip?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes,
sure?
I do.
Oh man.
I'd like to see you guys get a stylist so you can get your gear right and get out in the streets and make it happen.
Yep.
Yeah, who do we talk to for that?
Yeah, go to Vantage
know.
here in Salt Lake. They have
Yeah.
vintage clothing and
Yeah.
kind of get you.
We could
Start
maybe
buying
just
the vintage
we could go
stuff.
to the dust box and get some hand me
Yeah,
downs.
get
maybe.
those guys to hook you up.
you buy any button-up T-shirt that has a hole in it.
Yep.
We
gotta-
fucking
you're in.
good.
Dialed.
Finger
dialed.
gloves.
Another
But
thing,
you also want to wear Gore-Tex out there, right?
Yep. No,
I've seen a lot of Terex out there in the
no.
streets.
no hooded.
Not a
It's got to be
North Face.
It's got to be like a parka of some sort. But the one thing I'm wondering, I see a lot of these kids, they're not running goggles.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about jumping on that train in the conch? Just no gogs?
No gogs.
Every once in a
power in
while,
the
it's
eyes.
mandatory.
Gabe will sometimes.
Dude, I hike up stuff and then I'm like, oh, I'm up here and I got no goggles. Forgot these things. Like it's happened like 4 or 5 times.
There's some epic footage of Gabe just riding down like complete storm and just sun. He's like still wet for the cliff.
Love it. Love to see it. Well, let's talk about, we got a fucking Gabe clip here. We talked about it in, well, we're not going to release that. Ben may or may not have a podcast coming out, but the rock jump that you guys hit. Talk us through this one. This was a beauty. I love this kicker.
Dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
Gabe, how was
dope-
that?
Dope little Nelson hit. Found it up in, me and Ben had never been to Nelson. We just like found this little dope rock. Went down there. It looked like it had a landing. And then, dude, it was just like bro laps on this sick ass little run, chill double up, little pow run through the trees, and then just like dope little hit. This was maybe like one of my favorite hits. Of the
Did you guys
whole
hit it
time.
natty or did you smack it down a little bit?
No, we hit that natty.
That was natty.
See, they're grinning. They're grinning. We know they're lying. No, it was
Well,
natty.
you can't tell, huh?
Well, if you can't tell, then
So
yeah, that
that's
shit
natty.
was
If you
full
can't
natty.
tell, it's natty.
Pro tip. Okay. Yeah, I think that sometimes the like smaller features, but just that look dope.
Yeah, done
I'm
right.
kinda back
I
in
mean, we
that.
just found a rock out there and it had like this perfect little landing. It was awesome.
Dude, and that one was like a session that we just both like had mad fun on. I wasn't necessarily like nervous to hit anything. You're just like having fun snowboarding. It's like the sickest thing ever.
Also, Premier Cheers, the Cab 9 got a lot of screams in Encinitas.
Fat Gabe gets a lot of screams,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Fat Gabe is a fan favorite out there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Cali crew likes Fat Gabe.
Y'all know how that shit goes down.
Crowd pleaser.
Clocking in at 478 pounds, Fat Gabe.
Big body.
6'5",
body.
320.
Stomping the yard. Well, let's talk Natty Select Bend crew, while we're on it. You guys kind of put on for your city out there.
Dude, I didn't put on.
Gabe put on. You got
did.
unlucky.
Yeah.
Well,
and-
Gabe went against the Colonel, and Colonel took it all the way home.
Yeah, Colonel took it all the way home.
So-
what did you think about the meme of Sage
Homie,
Kossenberg pissing on the Bend, Oregon?
Ooh.
Yeah, that one hurt.
That one hurt, but it's like
It sounded like it really did hurt there in your voice.
there's a lot of like I don't know, whatever. I could say some crazy shit, but
Let's hear it.
I mean, Olympic slope style champion hitting back sevens, front sevens, and cab nines. Any Olympic slope style gold medal should be able to side slip down to a front. So.
Dude, in his city, too?
Yeah, in his city.
Wow, things are
No,
getting real.
no.
Things are getting real. This is Jerry
like-
Springer.
It's like 2 in the
I'm-
morning over there. We're all good.
I'm fully bullshit.
Yeah, he's in Europe right now. It's fine.
I'm bullshit.
He's sleeping. He's not going to hear this.
Tell you what, I made a lot of money on the Colonel.
Yeah. Smart pick.
But you lost money the year before, right?
I did. On you. I bet Runke actually, and he made some money off of you. You're his golden little egg
I
that
got you,
year.
Runke.
Well, Big Air Jer, hell of a
golden
performance too, huh? Big Air Jer, you made it.
Big
you
Air
got-
Jer
you got a
showed
podium
up.
of some sort, right?
Yeah, I got second in Jackson and then kind of floundered for the next 2 stops.
But you made it to AK.
Made it to AK, went against Travis in the first round on my 4th run in Alaska. which was pretty exciting. But I was like, all right, like, who cares? Like, I was just trying to have fun and like learn. So going against him was like, it was cool. It was a cool experience.
Well, we got to ask. We got a graphic on the screen with all the success. Has the success gone to Big Air's head after just coming out dominating natural selection? Is he too good for Bend now? What's going on?
For Bend?
Yeah.
No. Where am I gonna go? The best are in Bend.
All right, we got to know. We got to know if he's moving up in the world, leaving everybody
Yeah, you
behind.
gonna move to Cali or something?
Yeah.
I mean, what's up?
Where snowboard careers go to die? California?
I thought that was Portland, Oregon, but I guess Cali too. Yeah.
I guess both. I don't know.
I thought that was the backcountry.
Oh, hey. Oh, the backcountry where old pro snowboarders go to die.
That's a Justin Meyer quote.
Dude, isn't Meyer unemployed?
Oh shit! It's Oh shit! He's gonna meme you to death now.
Yeah, you're about to get memed.
Dude, I'm already
son.
memed. Look what he did to me back here.
Yeah.
I thought that was like your twin brother or something that had a rough time in prison.
Yo, for the listener, take the picture off and show what's behind it, because there's pull off your picture.
It's Big Air Bozung.
It's Mark McMorris.
That's nice. It's a really nice photo.
Dude, what the? Did he bring the whole setup in?
They filmed a skit of some sort. Are you gonna keep yourself in front, or Mark? What
Just
do you
keep
think?
yourself on there. That's
keep
a
me
good,
in there.
that's a
Look
good
good
thing.
right there.
They filmed some type of skit. I don't know what it was for. They used
Big
their
Air
office one day.
Bozung's got to stay.
Yeah, Big Air Bozung on the scene. All right, one thing I was wondering, I thought maybe your guys' half pipe skills declined.
100%.
No, but you still got it. You still got it, because you
Oh,
guys.
you thought they would have.
I didn't know they still had it. Like when I saw Gabe do the dub chuck, I was like, "Damn, homie's fucking still got it." He was in X Games. The front nine was fire. The head turn.
Rabu's a unit.
Yeah, how are we feeling about the half pipe these guys?
Dude, it's fun, but like,
She's a cruel mistress.
yeah. We did that shit for so long. So honestly, like doing a lot of the tricks isn't even that fun. It's like, all right,
I do love just like going and trying to like catch tranny and go as high as you can, though. It's the best.
She's a cruel mistress should be a T-shirt. How's that pipe? She's a cruel
Available
mistress.
at bombhole.com.
Yeah.
Dude, though, you get so broke off in the half pipe, like especially those dudes riding it like early season in the just complete brick ice. It's gnarly.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's got.
Jared knows about the half pipe. He's got a broken collarbone via the.
He's
half
new to
pipe.
the double cork world in the pipe.
I paid my dues in there. I'm kind of on a retirement program in the half pipe at the moment, though. Kind of was feeling confident there for a bit, but quickly erased.
Yeah. So everybody here can dub chuck besides me and Buds. You guys are all dub chuckers in the pipe. It's pretty something to be proud of.
Get up to Woody's, buddy.
get up to Woody's
You guys still
Perfect
got that?
22 right up there.
for sure.
For sure.
Verger.
For sure.
For sure.
I haven't done one in like 4 years.
I feel like
got
now where half pipe is at, I never even did anything that gnarly. All the shit I was doing is pretty soft, but I think I could do it still.
Yeah.
But it's not that fucking fun. We did it forever, and it's like go to an icy pipe, do this the whole time. So then now when I'm like at a pipe like sessioning in the spring, it's like I don't even want to do that. People are like, "Oh, are you gonna?" I'm like, "No, like
No,
How
we
was
just want to
Dustin
go
off?
You
like
just wanna
catch
tweak
big
some
ass.
ass.
I'd rather just
Yeah.
chill and try to
Style.
whatever.
Yeah.
How was dusting off the double Mikey?
Dude, I mean, pretty chill. Have you ever done
that was
a
light work for
double,
Gabe.
Like
was light work.
have you ever done like a double wildcat on a jump? Is like the same thing.
Oh yeah,
Just off the tail.
He's got that one ingrained.
that's automatic.
He did that at a young age.
You just
It's not going
autopilot.
anywhere.
I remember seeing you at X Games when you were fucking. How old are you when you were riding X?
Dude, I peaked when I was like 14. I think like yeah, I think
decline. Huh?
it's just been a steady
It's been a rough road since you were 14.
Steady
Huh?
spiral ever since. Yeah. No, I don't know. I remember the best I did at the US Open, I got fourth, I was like 15. And then ever since that.
Kind of like that's a lot like Ben
Fourth
at
at
the
15 is insane.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Ben at the Olympics,
Maybe
you got a
fifth, I
fourth
don't
as
know.
well. That's good.
Yeah,
a lot
fourth.
of fours.
A lot of
Fourth always
force.
feels great.
Yeah,
You're so
fourth is-
close. You're so close to getting on the box, but you just didn't do quite good enough.
Nobody really cares, but like you did great.
Everyone comes up to you. And they're like, "Hey, man, you rode so well," but no one really cares.
Yeah, but
That's fourth place.
no glory.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk bomb holes. It's the bomb hole. Let's get fucking literal here. Kind of corny, but let's. Who's the bomb hole god out there? Who is just landing on their fucking back? We gotta know.
Who's most likely to ruin the landing of the jump on a session?
Dude, I'll claim that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who
I would
else?
say both of you guys are pretty good at that shit, honestly. Like,
I'm getting better about it, but there was a couple of years there where I was just flinging my body into oblivion.
No
seeing
hope.
What happened.
Well, dude, sometimes you want to go learn a trick out there. Like, we weren't doing slope style contests forever. We weren't like learning all these crazy tricks, but you got to like figure something out every once in a while. So you got to go make a big old hole in the landing from time to time.
When you're out there with Red Gerard just trying to fucking tread water, it's got to be tough.
Yeah, dude.
dude, he's
Session and jumps with all these slope style riders. It makes you feel bad about yourself. You got to start like, you just go numb brain and start chucking yourself.
Well, I know that after the front 12 on Pyramid, Big Air Jared probably thought the sky was the limit on any wedge he hit, you know?
I mean, I don't even like build any jumps last winter.
We saw the switchback roadie.
Oh yeah, but that was like small. I think I'm due for a big kicker soon.
Is the front 12 still in there, or you think that thing's sailed away with the wind?
No, she's still in there for sure.
I think that thing's locked in.
Just close your eyes, lean back, grab a tail.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's all there
I
is.
don't know.
Checks in
Like
the mail, boys.
most of those double corks don't make any sense to me, but for some reason that one does.
Well, you know what they say about grabbing tail.
Checks in the mail.
Grab tail, checks in the mail.
Cha-ching.
Yep, exactly.
So you got a big jump in your future. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think we're due for a big one this winter. What do you say, Gabe?
I mean, maybe, yeah. I
think one.
don't plan
One big
anything.
one.
I just go out with the hogs and try to.
The plan
Show
is there is
face.
no plan.
The plan is that there is no plan. You just got to do whatever.
The clip we got to talk about with bomb holes, we got the fucking Danny. Danny basically put a 6-person dual jet hot tub in this landing right here. Bullfrog spa. He went bullfrog spa on him.
Was FT though, and he did go switchback 5, so pretty respect.
Dude, and it's chilling. Went all the way to the bottom. He's not in the strike zone.
Yeah.
Poppy.
You would-
poppy jump.
He didn't put it in the landing.
Dude, but notice
it was
how,
way
like-
too far.
It wasn't even a landing, huh?
But like that's a clip. Like if you overshoot and go bomb hole, like that shit's awesome. But if you short track it,
It's
it's like
seconds.
the worst
Yeah.
thing ever.
Ruins it for everybody.
Ruins
the
it
media,
for everyone. And then
media's
there's a
upset.
short track in the landing, and then you just feel like soft after. Too.
Yeah, even if you ride away, you're just like bummed.
Dude, Mark Frank used to do that off every jump. We'd go shoot back in the day and just ruin it for the filmer, and they'd be so upset.
On short tracks?
He'd short track as he was doing his speed checks.
Just like
Stop.
flew off the jump?
Fly out. He wouldn't stop in time, and he'd laugh and land like 7 feet out and just ruin it for everybody. And
done
just
that
be like, my bad.
You didn't give a fuck.
He didn't care. I think he started doing it on purpose.
He would have been a good addition to the crew this year.
Yeah.
MFM.
Get MFM out there.
MFM, if you're out there, you're welcome on our crew at any time.
We got to go surf
All right.
with him. He's on the surf vibe.
Let's
Yeah.
go find him.
He's been getting shacked out there.
Shacked.
Yeah. Who's short track king then while we're talking about it? Let's fucking.
I don't really
Dude, I
know.
don't
I think
know.
we all just kind of go too big if we're gonna mess it up.
These guys
These are
don't short
professional. They're
track.
Our
professional.
crew is aces.
Dude,
bro.
I've definitely
These guys go big.
I've definitely short tracked some.
You went beast
Yeah.
on that one where you OJ'd the shit out of it.
Overjumped.
That was fully Pat Moore's fault though.
Yeah, it was. Bad advice, right?
Bad advice.
Bad
Well,
advice.
Yeah, Pat advice. No, it wasn't his fault, but
I heard Pat maybe referred to his the other rider as his athlete. Is that true?
yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about the athlete.
We'll tell him the story, Gabe.
Well, okay. Well, I already told Chris this story once on the home, but like, we're at this jump. Blatt took us to fire jump, and obviously, like Pat and Blake have hit it before, but like, pretty fire jump. You do anything on it, it's like pretty sick, pretty far. And then like me and Ben are standing on the lip, but like where it's supposed to be, and you can just see like red coat, probably Pat Moore, and then like Sage and Germ, which is dope. They're like our homies, love it. And then they come down, and then Pat was like, I got a opposition for you. Like, I'll tell you how to build it and where to start from if you let my athlete join the session. And we're just like, what? Athlete? Like, word, whatever. Cool.
Who?
Sick. And it was Sage. And then Sage did end up getting like a pretty dope clip on that jump, and then he won his.
Real.
It was like
backcountry.
Yeah,
it was like the
the real
opener
snow.
for his like real snow clip. So it was like pretty sick.
What do you serve up on that?
I think he just did a back one, but like heavy ass big back one.
Yeah,
like,
big back one. It was
Big
dope.
back ones are dope.
Big back one is gnarly.
B Ferg
like,
went switchback Rotis on that thing.
Ben did a boss ass switchback.
What'd you do, back
man.
siete?
I did
Front
a front
seven.
seven.
Oh, that was a good front seven.
Nice front seven. That's
It's
a nice clip in the movie.
Kind of a nice front seven. I felt like I'm in the air, like arm swimming the whole
Dude, I kind of
time.
like it though.
Yeah.
It looks good. You're like,
Sometimes I feel like when I hit backcountry jumps, when I feel sketchy off the lip and the whole thing feels unnatural, that's like when I land for some reason, which sucks. Like, I don't know why.
I don't know. I love that clip though.
Land
But-
to land.
It's great.
Anyway, we built the jump and it was sick. Built the jump in in a storm in the first day, whatever shape out. But like we go out the next day and then I lose Rochambeau, which sucks. But it's like, all right, fuck it. This was the first thing we filmed for this project too, which is kind of sick. Like first day filming, and then yeah, Pat's like start here, go straight, and just overshoot the whole like landing, whatever. Ended up being like fine. My foot like came out of my binding somehow, but my binding wasn't broken. I don't know what the deal was.
He's going one half Larry on him. Well, we got a premiere tonight. We got to remind the people too. Just
Yes.
we're halfway through. So tonight, where's it at? The Depot.
The Depot, yeah.
There's tickets. You can see the link all over Instagram or in the YouTube description. So it's all like, what time is it at? You guys know?
Doors at 7 and then showtime at 8.
Okay, we got to make sure that people know about the premiere.
Showtime.
And these things sell out. You got to get your tickets.
One
in
other
advance.
thing, have you guys ever hit a smelling salt?
Woo!
Let's
I've never done one.
Here, you guys take one.
Dude, I don't know. Are they just gonna roast my nostrils?
No, you're good. You're good. You guys can share.
They're fun. It's a fun thing.
You're good. Just squeeze it.
Enjoy
give it a
it.
little whiff. Me and Buds will split one because we only.
What
got
do you
a few
mean
left.
squeeze it? Just
I'll give you a little tutorial. You basically you pop it, and then you give it a little.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Let's see.
Oh my god!
Hey!
There we go. We're back.
Yeah.
I can enjoy
There
it.
you go.
What's the red shit on the inside?
That's Red Gerard.
It's actually
That's Red's little secret sauce.
that's red. That's red secret sauce.
Oh!
That's red secret sauce is what that is.
Now nobody
Make
knows
me
what that is.
It's ammonia.
I kind of like it
It's
though.
the chemical reaction
We're,
reacting.
we're interested in basically sponsoring you for natural selection. Are you competing again next year?
For the week.
Yeah, for the competition, we want to get you in a run through a wall smelling salts helmet. We're gonna talk. I guess we gotta talk to Circe about this deal.
Yo,
Yeah,
talk to
let's
Cersei.
get biscuits on the line.
You guys are
What do you got?
fucked talking
We,
to Circe. Way too much money, dude. That shit is not.
guys are gonna be
hemorrhaging
You guys
for that
are
one
not gonna
week.
be
cheap.
What's it worth
not
for a
gonna be
helmet
cheap.
for you?
Have you
Let's
seen
talk
the movie
biscuits.
Spaceballs before?
Yeah.
Because the helmets are going to be that big. that's part of the deal for the 1 week contract.
1 week contract.
Giant
Natty
helmets.
Select.
We have a big logo.
Run through wall smelling salts. Also, your credibility is going to be going up as well. So
Yeah.
it's as far as a rider, you're going to be more coveted.
This is going to be big for you.
He loves the
It's going to be
product.
big for you.
This is a really big
Yeah, I'm a
opportunity
big fan
for
of
you.
the product. I don't know. Make me an offer. I'm going Craigslist style. You make me the offer, and
Okay.
I'll counter.
We'll slide something across the table.
Well, yeah,
at
we'll
some
get some.
point.
We'll get you ink. We're not going to talk numbers on air.
I thought you weren't down with that.
Current bisc?
Current biz.
Yeah,
You
we're
don't
not.
talk. That's
We
bad
don't.
style.
We don't. Yeah.
It's bad style to talk current biz.
But there's an offer on the table, so we'll talk about that. I think right now, yeah, it could be a good time. We have the media crew here. Let's play the teaser while we switch the media crew in and throw that on the screen, and we're gonna get some new personnel in the booth.
Benjamin Ferguson. Ben Ferguson. Sitting in sixth place. We know he's got the goods. There it is, the air to fakie that made him the people's champion. Very bottom, but making off switch, landed regular, a clean exit, a wonderful.
We're good. So we got some guys settled in the booth here before we get them dialed in. Why don't you, Ben, talk about Zoe and Haley putting on for their city in this movie?
Okay, so we got two of female snowboarding's top dogs right now, and they came through tough. They put up. Zoe, we did a bunch of time with in Alaska. She came out with us to Whistler, and like top-notch stuff. A-grade footy, no matter what. Like, it made the movie easy. It wasn't like a hard thing. It wasn't like, oh, well, we need more girl clips. It was just like A grade, you know?
Haley's front seven, incredibly beautiful, but also got the loudest premiere cheers out of, I think, anything I saw in Encinitas.
100%. And every time I see that clip, I'm losing my mind. So I'm right in there.
Yeah, the Stee's good. So we got some new guests in the booth. We got Justin Eeles, and then we got Rafe, a.k.a. Dog Party, the pre-mentioned alpha on the sled. Let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah.
All right.
Here.
So, talking media, guys. You guys were behind the lens, right? Filming?
Yep.
Steven Spielberg.
Trying to.
Trying to.
So, you guys are both sled necks, too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Him especially.
Nah, this guy.
So Rafe, earlier you were the alpha.
I was voted alpha?
Yeah, you voted alpha.
Yeah, they
on
said
the
you're the
sled.
big dog on the sled.
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
You on a Turby?
Yeah.
No.
he's-
Don't be
doing that,
bashful.
Turbo.
Not on a turbo.
That's the crazy thing. He's not on
Turbo's a
turbo.
crutch.
Turbo's a crutch.
Turbo's a crutch.
All these
True,
guys
I
think
need the
they get
turbo. He doesn't even need the
and they're gonna
turbo.
all of a
I
sudden
need
go
it,
to the
though.
top of the mountain, and no one's gonna get stuck.
So,
No, I mean I would have a turbo if I could, but
Eels, you on the 174 long dog? What are you
Nah,
rocking?
That's the Aaron Leyland special.
No, you're not in the deep
I'm
the
not
deep
doing
dish.
that yet.
Well, killer. Let's talk about some filming this year, and I'm really curious about Alaska. You know, how is it filming in Alaska when these guys are riding like these spicy lines and it's touch and go and everything's gnarly? How is that for you as a filmer?
Alaska is kind of, I'd almost say it's easier to film than going out on the sled and doing the thing, but it's definitely, it gets the heart going more. You know, seeing these guys up there and you're like, oh, I hope he knows where he's going. Yeah.
What about, we got a clip of Danny Davis getting caught in a spicy one. Maybe you could talk us through this.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
That day we kind of knew, the guides let us know that there was some instability going on. But at that spot, which is Birthday Bowl, I'm sure a lot of people have been there, you know that it fans out. So if something happens, the odds of...
Yeah, like it spreads out nice. So like if something did happen, like even if he did get caught, he would have it would have pushed him out and spread out, so he wouldn't have been too bad.
oh, the way he handles
I was at the
that
bottom
G
of
out
that
at
one,
the bottom
too.
though is gnarly.
Yeah.
There's kind of
he's
a
a
40.
hog.
They always tell you to 45 out, right? That's a
Yeah, it
the
was
thing.
textbook. The
Yeah,
guys
this
like
is
after
45.
that happened, they were
Textbook
like,
moves.
"We're gonna show this to people because that was like exactly what you want to
Yeah.
do." When
Yeah,
something
straight
like that
floating on
happens.
top of it.
But definitely when it happened, you skip a beat just waiting for him to get out of it, you know? And actually, Ben, you should tell a story because the first on the slope, we knew that there was a instability and then Zoe.
Yeah, for sure. So we're all standing up there, like I'm walking across the ridge to get to where I was going to drop, and everybody's kind of figuring out where they're going to go. And then the guide comes over and he's like, yeah, so there maybe is kind of a sketchy layer here. I would really love someone to drop in with an avalanche pack if you're going to go first. And I didn't have mine on me. And I also was just like getting into position. And then next thing you know, Zoe Sinnott comes on the mic. She's like, I got my heavy pick on. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
I know what I want to do. I'll go. And she laced.
Yeah, it was just like
was a
opening
cover.
up this whole
Brat shot
zone
it.
in AK. It was
She
just like-
laced. First run of the day. Big old front three off
Is this
this
the
thing.
day
You'll see it
that
in the
4
movie.
covers went down?
Yeah, that's that same day.
Yeah, that's that-
Well,
What
we
a-
shouldn't
what
be
a
speaking.
day.
We shouldn't be speaking too highly of Black because
Oh.
what's going on? I
Yeah,
heard
Black
he's
didn't
supposed
show
to
up.
be here, right?
It's
He
absent.
bailed, huh?
No call, no
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Kind of used to that.
He just turned his phone off and didn't show up one of those scenarios?
No,
He has a good reason to not be
Ah,
here this
alright.
time. He's going to a memorial for a friend.
Oh, okay.
Past,
Okay.
so-
We'll give him a pass.
Let's give him an
Yeah,
air
we'll
horn.
reel it
Still
in a little
talk some
bit.
shit about Blatt for sure.
So you guys, no one goes doors off anymore with drones out there, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's the reason. you
Yeah,
bring me
this-
out.
this guy
Save a
blows.
little money.
Droney Malmy over here.
Yeah.
Instead of
Everyone always
going
wants to
doors
go
off.
It's kind of a flex. Still,
It is a
right?
flex to just
Sometimes
say the
that-
words doors off.
right, Throw 'em
Dude,
in
it's
the
awesome
snow,
to go
hop
doors
out.
off. Like
Yeah.
these guys
I bet,
dangling
yeah.
their feet out of the helicopter. They have a blast. We're all gripped because we're at the top, and you just hear the blades above you. Like, oh god, we gotta
Hot
turn it
hours
on right
just
now.
Ticking by. Well,
Yeah.
But
And now you just hear the drone fly by.
yeah.
Yeah.
and you got your homie Rafe up there, and you're like, I know Rafe has my back. He's right there, my dog. He'll
That's
even like
dope.
hover above like little zones. Like I'm trying to sneak into this like little chute or whatever, and it's super convex roll, so you don't really know where you're going. I'll be like, hey Rafe, is that like feature that I'm trying to hit like down there if I keep walking left? And he'll just be like, yeah, I'll hover right above it real quick. Give me a sec. And he'll just post up above it, and then you know exactly where you're going, dude. It's pretty nice.
That's sick.
It's a good
and
tool
like
to use out there.
walking friends into cornices and stuff like that. Stuff that was just kind of a crapshoot before, and you were like never knew if you were in the right spot. And
We got the eye in the sky.
I can just
there.
be like, I'm right here.
How'd you
walk
get
towards the drone?
How'd you get nice at the drone?
Oh man, just playing around with it, I guess. Actually, my dad gave me one of his old drones. Like he's like, my dad's a big like loves playing with shit and toys and shit. But he had one, and then I just started taking it out in the backcountry and just like filming homies and stuff, and then just like being friends with like professional snowboarders. Ended up getting like jobs through that, and then yeah.
How'd you get the nickname Dog Party?
I was in my Instagram handle.
Dope. It's good handle right there.
Yeah.
Good
Our
nickname.
office is a dog
Always
party.
having- I noticed
Love
that when
it.
I walked in. Got a
Yeah.
good amount of dogs. in
Love
here.
that name.
Do you guys have a favorite clip that you guys filmed this year, or like that comes to mind? Heaviest clip,
I mean,
favorite clip.
The Ender's kind of an obvious choice, but
We don't have it on the screen, so you can
that's
talk
probably
about
good.
it.
Yeah, it was just a really big jump. A really, really big jump in like
A classic.
kind of not like, yeah, classic. that
Filled
was
in
hit.
different, maybe?
They always do, right? You know, these guys are always flexing about how like jumps like, oh, it's the same, but they're always different year to year. You're never hitting the same jump somebody else hit. It was huge, and the snow wasn't even that like crazy soft or good. I think the snow had like just filled in that landing like just deep enough to hit something that big. But it was just super impressive to like see.
That was
these
Red
guys
and Ben?
operate. Yeah, it was Red and Ben.
Who lost Rochambeau on that?
Reggie did.
Yeah.
Reggie.
I love when Reggie loses Rochambeau.
That clip is actually in the movie, and you get to see
Yeah.
it cross his face as soon
Yeah.
as he loses it.
He's a good little jump tester.
Straight from China.
Oh yeah, he
Dude,
was.
straight up, that was insane. That was his first
First
backcountry jump,
time
like first
strapping
trip, right after China.
Yeah.
Little beast.
For the listeners, maybe describe the whole Rochambeau scenario, because some people might not know.
Okay, yeah, so you go find a giant jump, like one that you don't want to hit, like one that you have nightmares about, like before the next day. And you go build it, and the whole time you're thinking about what you want to do and everything. You get it chalked up, and you go home sometimes and sleep on it, let it set up and everything. And then the next day before you like get all prepped, get all dialed, and then it's like, okay, it's finally time to hit this thing. And you wait to the last second. You're like, okay, we got to decide who goes first. And you hit a Rochambeau to see who goes first. And it's a lot
What is it?
riding on that
winner
Rochambeau.
decides?
We've been running winner goes first, no matter what.
Winner
You
goes
win, you
first.
get to go first.
Oh wow, it's like something you want to do.
Yeah, it's almost like please lose, depending on the jump. Sometimes it's like a fun feature, like something cool or something chill, and you're like,
Yeah.
I would hit that first
You
for
want
sure.
that clean powder landing.
But for some of these jumps, you're like, I hope I lose.
Please lose. Please lose. Butterflies in the stomach. Woo. No joke.
Yeah, one of the red clips that we don't have it, but one of my favorite ones that just is like a testament to his air awareness is one of the cheese wedges at the end when he does that. He does a switchback 9.
Yep.
And he overcooks the turkey a little bit, and he opens up, and it's just so unbelievable to see these guys like air awareness where they're just able to set it down.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was gangster. Like watching that in person was insane. Homie went huge, and he cut really hard left too, and it was one of those landings that dropped away the farther left you went. So he had so much time, and he is just like a little badass on the board, like super air awareness, little monkey, like lemur, just pulls out of things and stops
Yeah, you
no
can
matter
like
what.
start and stop spinning on command in the air. Like
In
he
the
just
air.
Still
decided
make
to
it look
stop.
good,
Like
too.
he just was like, I remember looking through the viewfinder when I was filming that one and just being like, oh shit, and he just like opens up and just stops spinning and dropped like 40 feet after that and just like
Yeah.
bolts.
That's crazy.
Like it was nothing.
And then I
Defying
got
physics.
The actual cat. People say that about a lot of people, but it's crazy watching that with
Like
that
an
kid.
actual cat.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have a great job because you take a street rail filmer, and it's like we're gonna saddle up on this kink rail. It's gonna take 7 hours, and it's gonna be cold as shit, and you're gonna be miserable. And you guys get to film the best in the world. It's got to be fun as shit.
They can't go stop at Savvy for a coffee.
that's
though.
true.
You know what I mean?
I
They
did
can't
my time
order a
in the
pizza.
streets.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
You
you
earned your stripes.
Yeah, I had some sexting sessions.
What do you prefer then? Obviously, you're doing the mountains, so
Yeah, I prefer the mountains these
Yeah.
days. But I mean, I respect my time I did in the streets.
some people are scared of the mountains.
Yeah.
The Abbey side of it. You know?
I eased into it, and then I fell in love with riding a sled, so it made
Yeah.
it even easier.
Build up that confidence and
Yeah.
the sled.
Yeah, who impressed you the most out there this year?
Ben, for sure.
You just saying that because he's
Yeah,
here?
he's the one here.
No, Ben. Ben
100%.
put out.
It's kind of his project, so you got to say it.
Who tomahawked the most? So we need a name. We need
Yeah.
who did it?
Austin Smith, 100%.
Oh yeah,
So he was the least impressive.
Who wastes
right?
the most amount of your time out there
impressive.
with not landing?
Oh.
Let's be honest. There's always that
Dude,
guy.
these guys all
They're all
shit
really
all
good,
the time.
but
They're
one
all
of them-
the best at what they do, and
One of them
everyone eats
doesn't
shit
land all the time,
Dude,
though, you know?
There's just days. Everyone will have a
Yeah,
day. Like
who
some
had
days,
the most
someone
bad days?
won't
Yeah, who
land
had the most
shit.
bad
Who had the
days?
most bad days?
Who was it?
Man, I don't know, dude. This is a tough
know,
question.
probably
These
me.
kids, we're talking about like Ben Ferguson, Gabe
put him on
Ferguson,
the
spot.
Jared
Names.
Elston,
Somebody,
Fred Gerard.
blood
Names.
must be shed. Blood's
Man,
gotta be
they're
shed.
all the best.
I'm hitting him with the death stare across the room
I know
right
it's hard to answer
Don't
that
say my
one
name.
because he knows what I want to say.
You know, it's that dude that could have had last part if they had just landed like 7 more tricks,
Oh,
3
man.
more tricks.
Is it somebody that was prior where they were sitting where you guys are sitting? Because that would be ideal for like a Maury
we'll
Povich
say one of
situation.
these guys that was here first year production maybe had a couple.
Oh wow, Big Air. Okay,
We're going to go with Big Air on that one?
I think he was leaning towards Big Air.
Well, there were a lot of wheelies coming out of it.
Lot of
Oh,
wheelies.
okay, love
All right.
it.
Yeah.
All right, Big Air,
Gotta get
least
nitpicky.
impressive out there. Wow. All right, good to know. We're glad we got to the bottom of that. What about Mark Mick? Mark Mick kind of put on for his city out there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Mark always puts
Came
up.
up and shut
Mark.
up. He's an amazing snowboarder, dude.
Yeah.
I
think I'm
in the back 3 over the Curtis over here. It's Merrick.
Dude, he crushed.
Yeah.
He's got some heat in the first section for sure. We had a great trip to Alaska, and homie gets after it. He takes it serious and grinds out there, like wants it so bad.
Yeah, he's got limited
And he
time.
performs.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
very aware of like how his snowboarding is perceived and like when he's doing it in real time, which is cool. Like he knows what he wants out of himself and what it's going to take to like get that, and it's impressive to see for sure.
That's awesome.
yeah.
What about Mickle was kind of a hog as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Meeks is just like a good time homie anyway, dude, but he's also just like been one of my favorite snowboarders for a long time. So it was awesome to have him out on some trips. And I love hanging with the dude, so it just kind of works.
Yeah.
And he just like pretty much anytime he like drops in, he gets a clip. You know?
That's just a trip too. We're out there like talking about like years spent in the backcountry, and it's like Mickle's got everyone beat by a mile. He's been doing this shit.
put
for
in
so
some
long.
days,
Yeah,
huh?
he's been doing.
Yeah.
And that
Exactly
170 really helps him.
Big
Is that what
board,
he's riding, a
big
170?
lands.
And he's the most fun dude to hang around.
And 170 stays afloat.
On and off the hill.
Yeah. He'll stay up later than everybody and then still just go.
Yeah.
Still get up and
still
kill
just
it.
land stuff.
You got to appreciate people like that.
Yeah, this is kind of a corny question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. There's a lot of people that, like, we get people that want to get a job being a snowboard filmer. They love filming or photography. You got any advice for anybody that wants to come up in the game and end up filming the hogs eventually? Like, any advice for those up and coming kids?
Just go out and film your buddies, and then I always say when you're filming, have fun doing it, but make sure you're making them look good. Like you want to respect what they're doing with your filming. So make sure it's like you're showing the trick. You're not getting too much art. You can add some art, but make sure it's a trick first. Because half the time they're doing something that's like, oh, I missed it because a tree was in the way. That's not an excuse. But yeah, film your friends, the good friends, and then most of all, I'd say is be a good guy or be a cool guy.
Yeah,
'Cause
be a good
they-
hang.
Yeah, that's a
good
great advice.
That's honestly like snowboarders, media side, like all of it. There's like so much talent in the world that like there's gonna be people that can do what you do really well too. But do people want to spend like a month at a time in like a shitty little 1-bedroom house sleeping on the couch with you? That's a big part.
The good hang's always going to outweigh the super Spielberg.
Totally.
Yeah. Don't be a
You'll
dick.
take the guy that's not as good at filming because you want to hang out with him more than the guy that is full Spielberg vibes. You guys
Especially-
are kind of full package though.
If you're an AK for a month, you definitely want that cool guy.
Yeah, or if
Yeah.
you're
Or
in
fun guy.
or if you're in the van for
Yeah.
2 weeks, you definitely want.
I mean, if you look at Stony Buds, you ever seen his lens, dude? It's like a cauldron of smudges. But
I'm
it's like,
surprised these photos even
That's,
come
I
out.
feel like the better you are at filming and taking pictures, the worse your shit looks
Yeah.
when you like see
True.
it in person.
It's well used.
Yeah.
Aaron Blatt's
like
bag.
there we
looks
go.
Like,
Aaron
yeah,
Blatt.
Blatt's
We're
bag
talking
looks
about
like
it.
your bag.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he just started using lens caps. Maybe it was just for show, but
He wasn't even using caps.
no, dude, I've been still shooting covers left and right
Yeah.
all year.
4 in a day.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Wow. Well, Ferg, now that you've made a movie, your own project, would you do it again? Was it too much pressure as a writer? Would you rather just be a snowboarder, or are you into what you're doing and you want to make more projects happen down the line?
No, I think it's awesome. I would love to make more projects. It's awesome to have the freedom to decide what you want to go do and be in the editing room and decide who you want on the crew and everything. And it's awesome to have that control. That creative control is why this whole project started, honestly, and why I would definitely like to continue making projects for
Is it hard having him over the shoulder with you guys?
I'm not that overbearing, I don't think.
Is he just
Is
over
he
there?
chomping
He's
on
almost
chips
too easy
while you guys are editing?
Yeah.
No, I let these guys
Getting
fuck
greasy
off all the time.
fingers,
Yeah.
Greasy fingers on your monitors, nothing like that?
No, one time in Canada, last year, he did come. I had my the drone. I get my little station set up out in the snow, and had everything all nice. And we were trying to hill climb up to this zone. And I remember Ben came up and turned around, and then almost got stuck. And then he guns it and just sprays my drone full of
Took
snow
your
down,
whole
just 20 feet down the hill, and then just turned around and went down.
Sometimes you got to
didn't
keep
see
the
it,
filmers
know.
in check, though.
Got
Right?
his
You
ass.
do. It was a flex.
It was a flex.
I knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Turned around, just stared. Shots fired.
Yeah, that has to happen.
Had to
I
assert
was wondering
dominance.
how the fuck you guys keep your hands warm out there. It's so goddamn cold. You're
You
out
don't.
there.
You're
Yeah,
just
you
cold.
don't.
You just-
you're
okay.
colder.
Dude, these guys run the little finger gloves all the time, just a little MJ
You have
glove.
some tech shit out
But
there.
I do have to say, inversely though, I am gonna kind of shit on you guys a little bit because there's also a classic one where you're you've been tomahawking all day and you've just been getting slaughterhouse fived, and they're like, oh, my fingers hurt. My finger, I'm cold. You're I can't fucking walk right now because I've been getting slaughtered.
Yeah, I can't look left. And my back foot is dragging.
God, my camera bag is so
For
heavy.
sure.
Dude, they are
is
though,
fucking
actually.
crazy.
These guys,
They're
especially
fucked, I'll give you that.
Rafe's got the drone, which is this massive unit, dude. When these guys load up for the day, there's stuff just piled on their sleds, dude.
It's brutal. Having
the sleds get don't buy a
70 pounds on
filmer
your
sled.
back, swinging back and forth, and you're trying to sled up through the woods and shit.
Dude, every filmer eventually their back goes out. There's no way
Yeah.
around it.
Yeah, you guys
just
gotta
part of
start
life.
going to the gym with a camera bag and just
Yeah.
start hitting deadlifts and shit.
Yeah.
I feel like the longer they've been filming, I feel like Eeles pack is about as light
You start to
physically as a
you
filmer's
start to
pack
lose
can
as
get.
much.
Still weighs
Oh, yeah.
50, 60 pounds,
Yeah.
but his is as light as it can physically get.
Eventually, they're like, I don't think I'm going to use a tripod anymore. I'm going to go free.
His handheld's
That's a
definitely
lot of
steady
weight
enough,
right there.
Popping these
Trick
days.
trick tip is get the turbo though.
Turbo?
That'll make you last long.
So you got a turbo out there, huh?
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Ski-doo.
Everyone has
Speed
turbos
GE
these
right there.
days.
Dog party, you do or poo?
I'm Lynx guy now.
Let's-
We're
let's-
BRP all day now.
He was poo. He made the switch
Yeah.
though.
Let's talk
he
about
learned.
first
I
year.
did, I
First
did.
year we had a couple liabilities out there on Polaris. It was
First year,
yeah,
Red and Rave,
Red.
they
Breaking
had the
down
chaos.
in a
Their stuff was
while.
falling
Brad
apart.
had some bad luck.
Their
with it.
sleds are falling apart?
Yeah, actually just got a recall notice too that they recalled all Polarises for the last 8 years, 10
Wow.
years.
For the last 8
Yeah,
years?
something crazy.
Go
Ski-Doo
figure.
nuts.
But
needs
I'm
to start
Lynx all
hooking us
day
up.
now, and that's
We're working
That's
on
a
a
great
deal with
chassis.
do. We're working on a deal with do.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta get one right in the booth right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I will literally fucking bleed for a skidoo. I will do anything. There's actually a short list of things I wouldn't do for a skidoo deal. It's very short.
We'll put one right in the booth. as part
Killing
of the
somebody
table.
might be on the list of things that I still would
that's
do.
a do right
I
there.
still would do that. I'm potentially
For a turbo?
Yeah, for a
why
turbo.
not? I mean,
Yeah.
BDE.
154 wheeling. I heard. I saw a clip of Red wheeling over on himself. In the credits.
That was a
Yeah.
good.
He
The
wheeled over
mousetrap.
himself.
We called that Red's mousetrap day.
Yeah.
He
He
actually
mousetrapped himself.
Yep.
kind of smoked himself on that one.
Got hurt.
Good
What
old
happened,
bruise
right?
and-
Lost all confidence. Remember the next day, trying to shoot some wheelies. I had
He
the
did,
16
dude.
millimeter out. I'm like, Red, give me a
That was
wheelie
hard.
right here. Wouldn't do it.
Shooting
Had to get
film,
Rafe
too.
to go pop one up.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'll
lost
tell you
all
what,
confidence.
his power
out
to
there.
weight ratio though, he's gaining some ponies out there. When you're that light, it's like it's like a little horse jockey on the sled.
Yeah, the
Oh,
sled
it's-
is controlling him.
For sure, it's fun watching.
Dude,
when he
honestly,
really cuts loose.
he rips the
He
sled.
goes
right?
so hard.
Yeah,
when
he
he
gets
really
after it.
locks in.
You guys interested in hitting a smelling salt? Just kind of
Sure.
Yeah,
Seems
give him
it's
one.
It's kind of
something to
on
do.
brand. It's on brand. Let's get another one going. Here, you guys.
We're going
you
round
guys
two?
you guys send that one down. I'll. So basically, pop it, squeeze it, give it a sniff.
You know how to do it.
Run through a wall smelling
No,
salts.
just pass
Available
it to me.
bombhole.com.
Catch it on Big Air Jerry's
the middle.
helmet
Yep.
next
Brand.
winter.
His giant, oversized helmet.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you gotta share it.
Gracious.
Wow.
I think. Let me hit that thing.
Cycle it. Oh my god. Send it down.
I think we might have to give.
Puffing menthol.
I think we got to give Big Air Jer a full face helmet deal when you're
Full
at Natty
face.
Select. What do you guys think about that?
Are we going
That
Roo
sounds
Rock?
awesome.
Roo Rock. It's got to be a Roo Rock
logo.
Big Air Jer, are you down for the Roo Rock?
We go removable chin bar or something.
He's down. He'll do it.
Imagine
just logo
Big
over his
Air Jer,
face.
top of Alaska, dropping in Natty Select Roo Rock. Run through a
Oversized Roo
wall.
Rock.
Oversized Roo Rock. Run
Rock
through a wall
ambassador.
smelling salt.
Dude, the intimidation factor on that kit would get people.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
would get people.
Also, like 2 for 1, you can sled in that thing too.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not
you wouldn't
even
even have
you're
to
not
swap.
even switching helmets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
getting 2 birds stoned at once with that. Love to see it.
Save mad time not taking the full face off at the top of a line. You just leave it on.
Easy.
We got another question we got to ask. In the movie, you'll see the movie's called Fleeting Time. Great name. And you guys, there's a clock at the end of the movie. And I was wondering the whole time watching that, was that like superimposed? Was
Yeah,
that
is this a
done-
real clock?
Or did
It's
we
all
really film
CGI.
it? Is it CGI?
No, it's real. We spent a whole day dragging. That
Where'd you
thing
get the
out.
clock? It's like a grandfather clock, right?
Robinson, Rafe bought that thing in Vancouver
Yeah,
and
got
drug it up to
a
Whistler
sick
for
antique
us.
store in Vancouver, and then it was kind of just like a crapshoot idea. We were like, yeah, it'd be a cool visual for sure, like clock upon a glacier burning, and then we ended up just pulling it together in like the last like 2 days we had there. It was like snowing again, and we were like, fuck it, let's go for it. Let's drag this thing up there, and it was a sick adventure.
Dragged
Dude,
the
it was the
thing
best.
all the
It
way
was-
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
cool.
He rode it up. We put it on Ben's sled, and it looked like a coffin. We had it wrapped up in a tarp and shit. Too,
Yeah,
and
every
everyone's like walking
yeah.
up and looking and like, what do you got there?
Think you're doing body retrieval?
We got
every-
nothing, man.
Or taking
Every sled crew that saw us were like, you guys got a dead body in there? Like, what are you
We're gonna
doing?
go bury a friend up on the glacier.
But it was sick.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
And then you lit on fire?
And
Yeah.
then we torched her.
Then we torched it.
gas on it?
Someone's precious antique. We just lit that
Shit.
thing up.
The thing's been in the family for 130 years.
I think it was a great way to go out.
Someone's
Then
family
they
heirloom.
shouldn't have let it end up in an
They
antique
fell
shop.
on hard
Should
times.
have been in
They had
grandma's
to give it
house.
to the pawn shop, and
Exactly.
Thing lived up there for like 3-4 days before we actually went back up and
Yeah.
we went
torched
back
her.
and torched it.
Yeah, we went out on a day. It was like mad snowy, so we like had to. It
Yeah, we had to
took
keep,
a
like,
long
chilling
time, dude.
and, like,
Because when
waiting
you go
for
out
the
in
snow.
when you go out in Whistler, like it clags in and you can't move anywhere once you're up in the Alpine. So we're just like sitting there drinking beers, laughing, and then finally we got this little window, and then we just mobbed. And at first I was like, because I had it on, and we took the road up. You take the road to the glacier, and it was strapped on my sled. So then once we got off the glacier, you're just in the mountains. So I was running like side to side, but that was not working because just my weight would pull me over, and then I'd have to turn around, and then I would be like scrambling on top of the thing, like putting my knee through the top of the clock and shit, and then eventually just had to go full lock in, like back of the clock up against my butt cheeks.
Full commit.
And if I like
That's
fell
straight.
on the sled or whatever, I was just trapped. That was perfect.
Yeah,
But it worked really well. That was way better.
Rolled down the hill.
You just like put the nutsack on the handlebars and ripped.
Bro, that's
Pro
good
tip.
technique actually on the moto. You kind of want to do that. That I think is cool is like the concepts. When you have a concept and you execute, I mean that's fucking awesome. Fleeting time.
You
We're gonna
actually
drag
pull
a
it off.
Grandfather clock and did you guys put a lot of thought into the concept of what you guys wanted to execute with the idea of this movie? Was there a storyline behind it or?
We had a couple brainstorm meetings. Yeah, I mean, it was all about like the clock's ticking, take advantage, kind of. But there's so many ways to portray that, And we just kind of ended up like working out the clock one. But there was a bunch of different ideas flying around.
How do you guys feel about the final edit?
Feel good about it. Yeah, Ben in the beginning was like, let's make just a snowboard movie. No old man winter talking, just action. So it's kind of like like an old movie, just in your face. A lot of that.
Bangers.
Yeah.
Banger action, yeah.
There's a lot
Amazing
of snowboarding
movie.
in that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
A lot of heavy snow.
Yeah, a lot of really.
What about
really
the
good
soundtrack? Who came up
snowboarding.
with the music?
It was like a big collective thing. Like we sat down and found the tracks together. But yeah,
I would say overall,
Yeah.
Ben had the idea of how we wanted everything
Yeah, and
to
Joe
feel
put
and
it.
sound.
Joe put it together well.
Yeah.
He
Give
tried to
Carlino and everyone.
Emo Joe
Good
tried to
Carlino
sneak in
shout out.
some more emotional music, and Ben kind of shut him down a little
Nice.
bit. Yeah.
Dude, I have to say,
it pretty heavy.
Alaska snowboarding to that heavy metal, which is what band is that?
that first track is a Melvin's track, and then the second track is Man, some sort of stoner
Is
metal.
that
The
Mono
stoner
Lord
rock,
song? I think it's like Mono Lord or
gets you
something.
Yeah,
kinda
Mono
going.
Lord.
Yeah.
Makes you
for
want to
sure.
fuck shit up. It kind of makes you want to fucking
I know,
stab
it's-
somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of grindy. It goes
can't-
well with the footage, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you can't go wrong
you
with
need
that
some heavy
combo.
stuff for those
Makes me
mountains.
want to commit some fucking domestic violence on like anybody within a 10-foot radius of me. You
You
know,
know, we were always listening to that shit, like you driving to get picked up by the heli in the morning too. And that whole time we're up there, we're
Get
just
you
like,
hyped up.
Oh yeah, just like punching dashboards and roofs in the car and stuff. Everyone's getting
you don't
all
want
fired up.
you don't want Danny D throwing on Grateful Dead or some shit before you drop in.
Oh,
that ain't working.
too.
No.
Yeah, you gotta watch it
Definitely
sometimes,
not.
but he definitely knows how to fire it up sometimes.
No, those guys love that first track for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing. Let's do a couple plugs here. We got some talking points. It's premiering on Red Bull TV for free November 3rd through 9th. So be sure to check out the video. About Time series on Red Bull TV. That's kind of the behind the scenes. Have you seen those, Ben? What are those all about?
I have not.
Okay. Well, there's
I briefly saw the first one. I was hanging out with Malachi while he was editing them.
Yep.
It's just like backstory, kind of behind the scenes, and then even like backstory on like career. So like they go through my like kind of transition, and then there'll be one on Haley, and then there's one on you guys, I believe, right?
Yeah,
don't know.
Yep.
episode,
Justin
episode
Eeles,
3,
Aaron Blatt. Yep.
released 11/15,
11-5.
11/5. My bad.
Yeah.
But just kind of some more like behind the scenes backstory stuff.
Killer. We also got the premiere tonight in Salt Lake City. So make sure you make it here if anybody in Salt Lake is watching or in
Come
a
out.
3-hour drive.
Yeah, doors open at 7, right?
Doors off heli at 7.
Doors are off
Doors
at 7.
are off.
Going doors off. Yep.
We're going doors off, boys.
Rafe's going to be droning through the whole place. And
Yeah, the whole time.
they're getting dropped off in a helicopter from what I hear. What other premieres we got left? We got Chicago, 10/18.
Yep.
If you're in the
We got-
Chi-Town area.
Rampage too before that.
And we're going to the big bike contest.
When
Out in
is
the
that?
Desert.
This
Man,
weekend?
when is it?
2
Rafe?
weekends from now. Or it's on a
28th,
it's midweek. Isn't
Next week.
20?
Yeah, next.
Yeah, 20.
You guys got New York City, 10/25. Burlington, 10/27. And Red Bull TV digital premiere, 11/3. So be sure to check out Fleeting Time. And then after that, what's it going on? The YouTube? Red Bull's YouTube, I'm guessing?
Do you guys know?
I think they're streaming it.
It's
Yeah, it's kind of up in the air right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To
I
be
think they're
determined.
still
I know
trying
it's
to
going on
find
Red
out
Bull
where
TV.
it goes.
Okay.
But that's a good question for the super agent.
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan Rumpke.
Super
if
Agent
he had
Ryan
decided
Rumpke.
to come in here. Yeah, we would.
Yeah. Super Agent Ryan Rumpke did not decide to come in here. But other than that, I think we kind of covered it, guys.
Yeah.
You guys have any other talking points you want to get into?
No, I'm loving it.
I mean, I
That's
almost
fun.
feel like I should defend Tahoe at this point.
No,
There's a
no,
lot of
no.
shots being fired out from Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
Does it snow in Tahoe still?
Yeah, man, we used
Yeah,
to make a lot
tell
of good
us, Rafe.
snowboarders.
Does it
Wasn't there
snow?
only- There was one storm I heard
There's
this winter.
still
Just
good
one.
snowboarders there since
Yeah.
go-kart.
Danny Davis.
Yeah,
And
man, he still lives
that's
there.
it. Big Mountain. Big.
You're like, and that's all.
It's still there.
I mean,
Tyler
if
They're
there's-
still doing it.
If there's only
Tyler
one
was living
storm a
down there.
year, it's just a tough go.
Big Mountain Jeremy
Yeah,
Jones.
man, and the
Nick
problem
Russell.
is not so much that we don't get snow; it just doesn't come in that great anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
got
I think
one
it's
day
a
ahead of
world.
snow.
It's a worldwide
Well,
problem.
yeah.
Hopefully, we're gonna have better winter this winter. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Man, some places,
Yeah,
some places not.
in the Arctic Circle, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we want to say thank you guys to everybody that tuned in. Hopefully, we catch you guys at the premiere tonight. There's tickets in the YouTube description. I think there's a promo code BOMBHOLE20 for
BOMBHOLE20.
20% off your ticket. And you guys can go there and see which rider is going to get the most blacked out tonight. Okay.
It's going to be a close race.
Probably Fat Gabe.
Yeah. Fat Gabe's
I'd say
looking like
Fatty's
he's
going
off
to be
to
an
the
MVP
races.
tonight for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we can take him out, Seth. Appreciate